Introduction to the harms of part churn. Automobile manufacturing in most of the world has a problem. Almost no one notices the problem, although Henry Ford warned of it in his 1922 autobiography, My Life and Work. It took root in earnest in 1927 when Harley Earl and Alfred Sloan formed the Art and Color section at General Motors. The General Motors Art and Color section was the world's first formal in-house automotive design department. Established on June 23, 1927, it marked the moment when styling became just as important as engineering in the car industry. The method of manufacture has come to be known as parts churn. In a later article, parts churn will be defined and described in great detail. A brief description of parts churn follows. The short-term use of a part in a vehicle followed by its replacement by another short-term part, which is functionally identical to the previous part, but is physically non-interchangeable. Below is a table showing most, if not all, the horns used by Ford Motor Company during the 15 years from 2008 through 2022. Ford horns 2008 to 2022. Number of horns 141. Average years in use 4.1. Fewest years in use 1. Most years in use 11. Number churned after year 1, 9. Number churned after year 2, 22. Number churned after year 3, 15. Number churned after year 4, 18. Number churned in 2 years, 31. Number churned in 3 years, 46. Number churned in 4 years, 64. Percent churned in 1 year, 6.4%. Percent churned in 2 years, 22%. Percent churned in 3 years, 32.6%. Percent churned in 4 years, 45.4%. Number unavailable in 10 years, 1. Below is a list of some of the costs and harm of parts churn. There is no benefit to the consumer from parts churn. 1. Higher purchase price. Every one of the 141 designs had to be engineered, tooled, manufactured, and inventoried. That cost is built into the price of every Ford sold. 2. No choice. The consumer has no choice as to the horn in the vehicle. The specifics of the horn are totally outside of the control of the buyer. 3. Repair complexity. When a horn fails on a Ford or on any car other than a Tesla, finding the correct replacement requires knowing and finding the exact part number for that specific model, year, and trim level. Almost all automobile parts are not standardized and out of control of the buyer. 4. Escalating repair cost. As a horn part ages and becomes scarce, its price rises. A part that costs $15 new may cost $60 5 years later simply because fewer remain in warehouses. The almost total lack of standardization makes every part in every car a mini monopoly. 5. Parts unavailability. Because car parts are make-dependent, model-dependent, and year-dependent, if the supply of parts is exhausted, often there is no other source of new parts. If your vehicle uses one of those parts, no amount of money solves your problem through official channels. You must rely on finding used parts at an auto recycler. 6. Forced dealer and manufacturer dependence. An independent repair shop cannot reasonably stock 141 different horn variants. The complexity drives repair business toward dealers who have catalog access, which is exactly where the manufacturer wants it. 7. Premature vehicle scrappage. A vehicle that cannot be economically repaired gets scrapped. Horn failure alone would rarely cause this. The horn churn is a preview of the same pattern applied to every component simultaneously. 8. Increased defect risk. Every new part design brings a probability of a manufacturing or design error. Ford introduces new horn designs constantly. Each introduction carries a probability of defect that an unchanged, proven design does not. When a new part is not available and a used part can't be found at a recycling center, scrappage is the only choice. 9. Environmental cost. Premature scrappage and unnecessary manufacturing waste are borne by everyone, not just the vehicle owner. 10. The knowledge burden. The consumer is expected to navigate a catalog of 141 parts to find the right one, or to pay someone else to do it. That burden does not exist in a standardized system. 11. This description is specific to horns. However, all parts except a small number which must adhere to federal standards are subject to parts churn, including critical safety devices such as airbag inflator modules. There is no reason nor excuse for forced parts churn. No consumer benefits in the slightest amount from parts churn. With parts churn, only manufacturers and dealers benefit. People who own or use vehicles pay significantly in the churning process. In subsequent articles, 2 other parts will be studied in depth: steering wheels and airbag inflator modules. It will be seen that the churning of airbag inflator modules was particularly disastrous, leading to tens of deaths and billions of dollars in costs.